Hi guys, this is Corey from the Bass College. I'm getting ready to fish the Northern Open on Oneida Lake this weekend. I'll be leaving on Saturday, and the tournament starts Thursday. I'll be fishing, free fishing starting this Sunday. I'll fish all the way through Wednesday. So, as I said in my previous video, I'm going to be targeting primarily smallmouth. We'll be doing some largemouth, but smallmouth have been dominant lately on that lake. So what I'm going to start out with is I figure I'm going to throw a topwater bait. It's almost like a sexy dog. It's almost like a head-ins or a spook. It's in between. It's a bait that H2O puts out from Academy. I'll be throwing it on a 7-foot cranking rod by Denali. It's the Rosewood. It's one of the premium series. I'll be throwing it with just on a bait casting reel. I'll be throwing 10-pound mono. I'll be throwing a jig. It's a lead-free bass jig. You can find them on leadfreebass.com. I'll be throwing that on 15-pound Seeger line. I'll be throwing that on a high-speed reel on a Rosewood, Denali Rosewood jig rod. It's a 7-foot rod. A bait that I think will be key this week will be a 4-inch Kitech, which I ordered a whole bunch on Tackle Warehouse, as well as the J-Well heads, an 1/8 ounce. I'll be throwing it on 15-pound test P-line halo on a 7-foot custom jig and worm rod that's put out by Denali. It's the Jadewood version. It's the low-end version, but it's a great rod. Don't count them out. Another big bait that I will be throwing this weekend will be a crankbait. I don't have one tied on just for the purpose of storing them right now in the boat. But I plan on going deep, 15-20 feet. So I'll be throwing a 6XD, a Strike King 6XD, and probably a chartreuse type color, and maybe a sexy shad. There's a lot of perch up there, so I think the chartreuse color may bring it out to be almost as a perch. A rod that I'll have in my hand a lot this weekend is gonna be a drop shot. I have a 7-foot drop shot custom rod by Denali. It's the Rosewood. It's one of the premium rods. I'll have a spinning reel on that. I'll be throwing 6-pound test Seeger line. The Abrazex. 6 pound is key, especially in clear water. You just have to fight the fish. I'll be using a 1/0 hook. I'll be using probably a 1/4 ounce sinker, and I'll keep the leader anywhere between 12 and 18 inches. This time of the year, the fish are a little bit off the bottom. If they're not already schooling, maybe they might be wolf packing already. So I may be video game fishing. I may be dropping it down and watching the screen, dropping it to 14 feet and 20 feet of water. They may be sitting there suspended, so I might have to play that. But that's going to be a big deal this weekend, is drop shotting, I think. And lastly, I'll be throwing a tube a lot. I figure that maybe a little bit slower, maybe on the bottom, maybe they'll eat it better. I don't know. It's all a guessing game from here out. I haven't been there yet. This will be my first time to Oneida. It's set up a lot like lakes back here at home, and it's set up a lot like lakes that I've been to in the past, such as Candlewood or Winnipesaukee. It's not as deep, but there's a lot of rock and there's a lot of shoals. So this is Corey from the Bass College. I'll keep you guys updated next week. You can follow me on Core Fisher on Twitter or on Facebook. I'll keep you guys updated with posts every 1 to 2 hours. I'll be putting up videos. This is Corey from the Bass College. Have a good week.